but he can still understand it. And as he can understand perfectly, you basically hear drow voices asking in demanding tone, have you seen anything suspicious lately? Anything to report? Mostly followed by like
the fucking Nazis
and people crying out in pain as they're basically just being arbitrarily beat by these drow patrolmen. And mostly you just hear whimpering, crying, no, I didn't see anything, I didn't see anything. And the drow are moving on down the tent. You hear the boots getting louder and louder as they come by the tent. What are you going to do?
I'm not going to do anything. If they're already outside the tent, I'm not going to do anything.
All right. And as the boots get louder, they then begin to get quieter as the drow patrol passes by the tent that you guys are hiding in and continues on down the tunnel. You hear one more unfortunate soul get confronted before they disappear from your peripheral hearing, and they have moved on.
I would like to stealthily peek my head out of the tent flap.
You poke your head out of the tent flap, and you can see that the streets are empty.
All right. I give a quick little head nod to the terrified dwarf, and I toss him a silver, and I say, "Stay quiet about this."
He looks at the silver with wide, greedy eyes, and then he looks back at you, and he nods emphatically, and then he scoops the silver up off the ground.
And then I silently gesture to the rest of the boys. We should, skedaddle, and I walk out of the tent.
Yeah, let's move.
I kind of look at them. I look at like Mog, and I'm just gonna be like, were we gonna like do that thing today or soon? That might destroy parts of the places.
No.
Okay.
That's long away. We just have to get the ingredients to be able to do it.
All right. We're still doing
and
that
the
part.
notes on it.
Yeah.
Right. I was wondering, like, maybe we can like try and get out people who like do.
You want to
like,
kill all the poor people?
Try and get them out of here.
And
like Underground Railroad this shit. Like,
no, yeah, I was my bad.
Yeah, what the fuck were you thinking?
Just kill all the semi-innocent people.
Yeah, we need one more of those rapiers.
I mean, I thought you were like, this is a good spot for us to be able to cast the ritual. No one will notice us in the slum, which is like...
Yeah, with this many people, Crumb, maybe we could make a great sword.
Yeah. No, we're not setting up a Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, we got time. We got stuff to do before we can complete that.
All right, you guys keep moving. Why don't you make a perception check, Shigal? You specifically.
Okay. I've been rolling fantastically tonight, so 24.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. So as you guys are moving on, it's been about 20 to 30 minutes or so. And Shigal, you keep glancing over your shoulder, and you're pretty sure that you see one of the figures that was huddled in one of the passageways, and they seem to be consistently showing up in your peripheral vision when you glance over your shoulder to look behind you. They seem to be cloaked and hooded, and they're probably following you. You're pretty sus about them.
We are being followed.
Should we duck in behind an alleyway and see if they follow us, and then ambush them and ask them questions?
Are there any such thing as alleyways, Jesse, here?
There are a couple of side tunnels that kind of connect different areas of the Dark Dominion that you probably could consider an alleyway, sure.
What does this cloak consist of? Can I make out any detail of it? Is it a black cloak? Is it...
Seems to be a dark brown from what you can tell. It's quite bulky, notably.
I don't think that would be a bad idea, Mog, but would you allow me to... we should not be aggressive with this person.
Fine.
Yeah. So.
All right, yeah, you guys want to like duck down the alleyway and stealthily like try and hide and jump on them, or ask him things.
Jumping. I think Chagall wants to talk to this person.
Okay.
I can't really even stealth anyways, so.
Wish I had my fucking net.
That's what you get for throwing it on a tiefling.
You know what you're capable of.
As soon as we duck in the alleyway, I guess actually never mind, because realistically in actual game time, because an actual whole entire turn is 10 seconds, right? 13 seconds?
6 seconds.
Oh, so me doing hidden step wouldn't fucking do anything here. Yeah, we'll just duck in there.
Yeah, let's just go down the first turn we see, and then just hide up against the wall right after it.
All right, let's get some stealth rolls.
Maybe Malkandar could make Chagall invisible. Or Chagall and Chrome.
Yeah.
I don't think this is worth blowing that load for right now.
Is it not?
I mean,
straight up fall down around the corner.
It's not worth
Oh,
it.
what the fuck, dude? I got disadvantage.
It's not worth it. It's literally one person.
Yo, Crumb and I
They're
both rolled that one.
level 2 spell slot. It's not that big a
As a
deal.
wizard, he would have a lot of them, but we had just had 3 nat ones, I think.
Yeah.
Did you roll a nat 20 as well, Crumb?
Yeah,
That's
and
just
I have
good.
disadvantage.
Yeah, because
Oh.
your heavy plate. That's
And
right.
this is, you said stealth, right?
Yeah. You have disadvantage too, Chagall?
Yes, I believe it's full plate.
Okay.
You have full plate?
Well, I have scale mail.
Oh, the only medium armor that sucks.
Yeah.
Mog, is that nat 1 for hiding?
Yeah, it's my stealth.
What happened to you guys?
My cloak.
I'm doing fine.
Well, this is what
my
happens
love
when
cloak is canceled out by
this
my
is what
scale
happens
mail.
when you get two 100 D20 rolls. Okay.
Let me roll for Jim.
You guys have fucked up the entire multiverse.
I forgot that I have advantage.
Even
right
Jim
now.
Jar rolled a 3.
Oh. So I got a 25 to stealth because I'm like the only one rolling advantage on stealth.
So all of you like are like, all right, let's do it, and you like hastily scuttle in plain view, just like into an alleyway. As you like duck into like a shadow of a nook that's like tucked between the side of one of the shanties and like the wall, and you just see your party just like standing in this alleyway, like all huddled up together in like the light of a torch, and you're like,
Where's like
what the fuck?
Emperor's New Groove, just like against the wall.
Malkandar at least
I
is,
just go like this.
tucked away to the side, doing his best to be inconspicuous, but everyone else is just fucking standing in the middle.
I try to hide behind Crumb, even though he's like.
One hand on my hip, one hand on my brow. I'm just like, damn it.
So you wait there for a couple of minutes, and then eventually, this robed and cloaked figure steps into the mouth of the alleyway and just like looks to the side, and sees all of you standing there. And you just hear a female voice from under the cloak go, "Oh, damn it!"
What? Why did you say damn it?
She like glances around nervously. She goes,
What's the deal?
I don't mean you any harm. Here, just... She like motions for you to go further into the alleyway.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're gonna do what she says.
Yeah, I do that for sure.
All right. So you get a little bit further into the alleyway. Those of you paying attention notice that like you can see under the shadow of her cloak, like her chin, you see some like fair skin showing and little locks of blonde hair kind of like tumbling down the side. So this seems to not be a drow from what you can tell.
Okay.
So she kind of shuffles you a little bit further, and she doesn't seem to notice you, Azzy. So if you wanted to stay hidden, you would be able to do that.
I'm guessing she's ushering the group ahead of her, so I'd like to follow behind her.
Okay, so you want to stay hidden and try to follow them.
Yeah.
Yep, you can do that. Yep. So you guys continue walking down this little alleyway, and she eventually gives you a few mumbled directions, and you find your way into a slightly less conspicuous place where you can duck into, and she looks at each of you in turn, and she finally pulls down the hood of her cloak, and you can see that this appears to be a half-elf of some variety. She has blonde hair that is about shoulder length, and she has a blue tattoo that runs under her left eye that seems to be in some kind of runic pattern. And she fixes each of you with gray eyes, like looking at you. Her face has kind of like severe features, very like sharp and angular, and she's looking at each of you in turn and goes, this might be a strange question, but do any of you worship nature or anything like that?
Well, funny you should ask. I am kind of nature is really my specialty.
Well, Mog, you don't actually worship anything, though.
I worship nature.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nature.
But my powers are drawn from nature. Some might say.
Yes, but I have a true spiritual connection with nature through Maliki, Mog.
Yeah, right.
Her eyes fix directly on you when you say Maliki Chagall. She goes, it's you! And she like seems very excited for a moment, and you see her like fumbling around inside of her cloak, and then she like pushes aside part of the cloak, and you see the sheen of a shield poke out Chagall, and emblazoned on the front of the shield is a unicorn head with a wreath behind it.
On a shield?
Yeah.
That is quite the shield you have there.
She goes, do you recognize the symbol?
Oh, yes, of course I do. That's the icon for Maliki.
She nods, and she like tucks it back away under her cloak.
I'll like take out my medallion, I think it's
real
called.
quick, Jesse, I just want to have myself keeping watch for anybody following our haphazard group.
Yeah, definitely. So you can make a perception check.
Word. I got a 20.
All right, so you have a look around while this whole meeting's going on, and you're keeping an eye out for if any suspicious people are coming by. Meanwhile, back in the conversation, this woman looks at you, Chagall, and goes, this might be a bit strange as well, but I think I was supposed to find you.
Yes, Maliki told me that you were supposed to find me, and that I was supposed to find you.
She spoke to you as well.
Yes, after a couple of attempts, she she answered a request for me.
She nods. My name is Rowan. I'm a paladin of Maliki.
Ah, my name is Chagall, and I am a cleric of Maliki.
I was told in a vision while I slept one night that a group of strange-looking adventurers would come to Menzo Baranzan, and that I was to help you as much as I could.
Well,
It's pretty convenient for us.
Are we a strange group of adventurers?
I haven't seen anybody quite like you. Not since I started looking.
It's high praise, I think, right?
Hey, sometimes it is beneficial to not be normal.
How can you help us? We already have a Maliki follower.
Well, I know a little bit about the city.
That is super helpful.
Can't do a lot, but I spend a lot of my time in Menzo Baranzan proper, doing work around the Donna Garden, trying to help the workers there.
We don't know what that is, but you sound like you would be super useful to join our group.
She nods and goes, I'd be happy to help you however I can. Anything for a fellow servant of Maliki.
She seems like she's full of shit.
You may make an insight check.
Do you have any type of lodging within the proper?
There is a safe place. She seems to be totally legit, Mog.
I trust her completely.
Yep. Here, I can take you there. But we have to be very careful. If we spot a patrol, we won't be able to remain inconspicuous with you such as you are.
Yes, we have ways of ducking and handling patrols. Is it more towards the proper? It is in the proper, is that correct?
Yes, we'll have to enter the city itself.
Through the front gates?
There's a way that you can go in that should take us to the Daunta Garden.
Well, this sounds exactly what we were looking for here, group.
Yeah, there's a way easier way in.
She looks at all of you in turn. She goes, not to be rude, I know you said you had your ways, but undesirables carrying weapons and armor is not what I would call inconspicuous.
Yeah, we can sneak into stuff. Also, we had plans to disguise ourselves.
She nods. It probably would be better to do that now than later.
Do you know about how long it will take for us to get to your lodging?
A couple of hours.
All right, we may need to reapply our disguises at some point.
I might need to now have some help from Malkandar at this.
Of course. Who is me?
How long does invisibility last?
1 hour.
So we will have to apply that a couple of times to a couple of us.
So I have invisibility at the 2nd level, which I can do on 1 person for 1 hour, all the way up to the 6th level, which I can do on 5 people for 1 hour.
I believe at least 2 of us will need to be invisible.
So just me and you would be fine then.
Oh, then 3 of us, because Crumb would need to be invisible as well.
Okay. So I need to go with you, Crumb and Chagall, and it'll be at the 4th level, so I can do that 3 times.
And that'll make us to the, that'll get us to the lodging that she has set up.
Yep. I have 3 hours worth of that. I guess I could do 5th level too as well. I could do it for like 7 hours if necessary, but that would blow all my spell slots.
Yeah, which wouldn't be ideal, but...
Nope. But yeah, let's do it.
Let us go.
Alright. So Jim Jar asks to see the bag of holding for a second, and he takes his swords and he dumps them into the bag. He pulls out like a cloak and he goes, I'm gonna go the more conventional way, and he wraps the cloak around himself. Just kind of like to hide his armor. How do I look? And he sinks down onto the ground. He puts his hands together. He goes, sir, please.
That's super convincing. I love it.
Thanks, pal. So he gets up and he's ready to go.
Cool. What do you think? You think some? What are there any sort of animals inside of the city?
Well, there's cattle, but there aren't many natural creatures inside the city itself. There are spiders, certainly.
Yeah, but spiders are just real small.
Not these spiders.
Oh. Well, I mean, do they just, like, wander around everywhere?
It's not uncommon to see them, but in certain parts of the city they are considered vermin. In other parts they are worshipped. It's really a mixed bag.
Okay, maybe not the best plan, then. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn into a bat.
Alright, you're a bat. Is it a big bat?
Nope, it's a normal bat.
Little bat. Okay. You turn into a bat, and Rowan gives a nod of approval. She seems to like that. Anyone else taking any steps to disguise themselves, or is it just Malkandar casting invisibility on the aforementioned?
I believe it is... Well, I'm gonna, not loudly, but I'm going to get Ozzy's attention. If he is not already out of hiding.
Beep, 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 beep. I have blind sight, so I can see Ozzy now.
I hear you calling for me, so I come on in. So we finally doing this thing?
Yes, this is Rowan. She is a follower of Maliki. We will need to make for the city.
Rowan seems confused. Who
Hey,
are you
Rowan.
talking to?
I step out into their little hiding place.
Did Malkandar cast invisibility on you?
No.
No,
okay.
on Crumb and Chagall and myself.
Oh,
I
okay.
was hiding and keeping an eye out.
She turns and goes, "Oh, hi.
What's up?
I guess I'm losing my edge. God, I
Yeah.
had seen all of you."
You win some, you lose some.
I am just very sneaky.
Well, it was the plan all along. Hide in plain sight so that somebody can hide conspicuously.
So I've been kind of listening in, Rowan. We're about a couple hours from your hideout.
Well, I wouldn't call it a hideout, but it's a place that we should be safe.
Is there along the way a place for us to duck into, like this, or something similar, an alleyway, that we can all remake ourselves invisible and redo our camouflages?
There are a lot of places a lot like this, but I don't even know if we're safe here, to be honest. There are a lot of eyes and ears that would be eager to earn a reward by turning you into the drow.
That's alright. We've killed drow before, we'll do it again.
Not this many drow. You can't fight a whole city.
Nah, you gotta have a bigger weapon, right?
Be best to equip ourselves to go now.
Yes. Rowan, do you mind if I get a look at you?
She kind of like tilts her head a little. She seems
Yeah, like that.
skeeved out by that.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Would you hold out your arms for me?
Why?
Just as a something to measure against.
Make a persuasion check.
Hey.
Nice.
All right. She kind of like unfastens the front of her cloak and then like holds out her arms, and you can see that underneath the cloak she's wearing what appears to be a set of scale mail.
Why does everyone go for this shit?
She's got a mace strapped to the side of her belt. She seems to be very heavily armed under the thick cloak.
It's
Okay.
like Neo from the
And
Matrix.
she holds her arms out, so I'm gonna walk around her quickly while getting an eye for her measurements, her general build, and I'm going to.
Right. She's about 5'7".
I'm going to
normal size
nod,
for a half elf.
Hold my chin while I nod at her and go, okay. And then I'm going to transform myself, casting Disguise Self, to look about her height with snow white hair that's also shoulder length. A little bit harsher features than she has. Going for the heavy drow look with the blue skin. And I'm going to change the clothing that I am wearing to what I saw that one chick that we rescued from House Helen.
You want to wear hunting armor from House Helen.
That's the only thing I can think of right
Do you
now.
want to include their house emblem?
No.
Okay.
I want to be generic.
All right. Yep. So you could do that. Drow style leathers.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
what I'm going for.
So you transform into a drow. That's about the size of a half elf, which is a bit short for a drow, but you know, that's fine. And you are now wearing drow hunting leathers, as if you have just come back from hunting in the Underdark.
Fucking excellent, because that's the direction we were coming from.
Rowan nods at you in approval and goes, "Oh, not bad. That should work."
Excellent. Let me see here. I think it would be best, Rowan, if you did the talking, if we have to. I don't, and my voice sounds the same while I'm talking to her.
Well, hopefully we don't have to do any talking. If we encounter any drow, it's more likely that they'll try to take us into slavery than anything else.
Well, I mean, I'll die before I'm a slave, so that's fine.
So who's invisible right now?
Myself, Crumb, and Malkandar.
All right, I fly down into Chagall's hair.
You are now a floating bat.
And I said,
If Chagall goes like this, grabs bat, puts it right, and then closes it, does he just get in the invisibility for free?
No.
No, so there would just be
you
a
can see
floating
him
bat.
through it.
All right.
Everything you have on you when you get invisibility cast on you turns invisible. Everything that you don't.
All right.
If you pick up a rock, the rock is now floating.
Okay.
Alright. So you guys are going to continue in this manner.
Yep.
Alright, it's a little weird for a bat to be floating, but...
No, yeah, I just wanted to fly in his hair. I'm going to actually fly like a normal bat once we leave.
What hair,
Cool,
though?
that will greatly help me not being able to see you, I think. So you guys walk along, and for about an hour, it's just more of the same. And then during the second hour, Rowan stops you a couple of times, and you have to go off to the side to let a drow patrol walk past you. But Rowan seems to like get down, pretend to be a beggar. Jimjar does the same. Azzy, how do you behave when a drow patrol comes by?
I just stand off to the side, kind of out of their way, but not like I'm trying to cower or anything. I just kind of cross my arms and lean against the wall.
Alright, make a performance check. To act casual.
He's acting so cool. He hits a jukebox.
Give me a second. D&D Beyond shit its pants.
Bard mode activate.
Excellently though. Performance is my bard mode. Oh baby!
Yes.
Oh shit!
Jesus, a 32.
You are the
Fuck.
most drowish drow anyone's ever drowed. As the first patrol walks by, you're just kind of like chilling. You look super cool. You're leaned up against the wall, like you don't have a care in the world. The patrol leader kind of like stops and looks at you and gives you a respectful nod. Goes,
I just
"Sir?"
nod.
And then keeps walking, and the patrol just passes right by. And you continue on. Second patrol, same deal. The drow nod at you respectfully. They seem to take you as someone who has their shit together that should be respected, and they don't pay much attention to Jimjar and Rowan, who they just think are fucking little destitute beggars. The third patrol that you encounter, you also do a great job with this one, but they stop and you hear one of the guards go, "There's a sneer of Neblin over here," and one of them just boots Jimjar in the face.
Oh, fuck.
And Jimjar is just gonna choose to take it, and
I just give a sneering smile.
Yeah, you play into it perfectly with your nat 20 and Jimjar just back, and he like flies back on the ground.
Damn, just kicks him in his face.
Jimjar's just laying flat on his back. All the drow laugh, and they all continue moving on. And after they leave, Jimjar's just like, "I think she broke my nose."
I reach over and I whisper into Jimjar's ear, "Keep it together, buddy. We're almost there."
Ow.
And I healing word him at the first level for a little bit.
You hear popping sounds as Jimjar's nose snaps back into place. You're healing.
Gross.
Thanks, Azzy.
I pat him on the shoulder and I take off walking again.
Yep. So you guys keep moving. And it's now, you're getting very close to the city. Things are becoming quite dense here, and you can see that in addition to the occasional drow patrol, there are just drow guards standing around in the streets. Anybody that looks too poor or destitute that seems to be wandering into this area, the guards seem to be like shooing them away, sometimes giving them a little like light beating before pushing them off.
I give a look to Rowan.
Jesus.
Like eyebrows raised, like where are we going?
She like levels a hand at you and says, "Don't worry, I've got it." You keep moving. Eventually, one of the guards goes to stop her, and she just bows her head deeply, and the guy just backhands her.
Oh.
Takes it, spins around a little bit, and goes, "Oh, my apologies, master. I'm running an errand for my master. We have to go to the farms." And she's gonna make a deception roll.
Can I help her with that?
You can. What do you want to do?
I just want to walk up behind her and eye him.
Just look at him.
Like you know, like the serious drow look like a female would give to a male. Like, are you actually?
Are you trying to pretend that you own her? Basically?
No, but more like I'm part of their business, and if he's impeding her, he's impeding me. Kind of look.
Sure. She'll roll with advantage in that case. She's going to do pretty well. And the guard with his arms crossed looks at her, glances up at you, Azzy, and does this thing belong to you?
I just give him a simple nod.
Keep it on a short leash.
I give him a sneering grin, and I bap the back of Rowan's head as I turn to walk away.
Takes it in stride, and then the guard moves out of your way, chuckling, and you all move past. And you make your way into Menzo Baranzan proper.
Oh, those sick fucks.
Yeah, this is a bad place. we're in actual Nazi town.
Yep, we
Sure
are
are.
in Nazi Germany for sure.
Let's get some city.
Fuck, this place
Woo!
is big.
Holy shit.
It
Love
is
that. Oh, I
very
see.
big.
Donna Garden.
Where are we coming in at, Jesse?
I will tell you in just a moment once I get the music settled.
Okay.
Dope.
I'm guessing Narbondale is the tower that we're going to. I would guess.
We're... Oh, no. You'll have to ask about what that is.
Okay.
So, you guys are coming in through this passage, just over yonder. I think I have my arrow on. Yep, showed others.
Yeah, to the right.
So you guys come out of a tunnel passage, and you can see that the area that you're in is actually a wide open section of the cavern. And as you look around, Menzo Baranzan is massive, just as you said. You can see the city sprawling out across this gigantic open cavern with all kinds of stalactite and stalagmite pillars jutting in and out of the city. People seem to be living on the stalactites that are hanging from the ceiling. There's houses and temples built into the stalagmites that grow from the ground. And all kinds of different buildings with incredible looking dark elf architecture scattered about, rolling up and down these hills in this gigantic cavern. And in the center of it all, you can see one massive stone pillar that seems to have very large gemstones that are inlaid into the sides of the pillar, running the entire length of it, and there seems to be 10 levels of gems that run up and down this pillar. The immediate area that you're in seems to be a large-looking pasture, and you can see that there are fungus forests, lines of mushrooms that are being cultivated, and they seem to be being worked by countless drones of all different types of lesser races. You see Duragar, dwarves, regular elves, humans, just anything that isn't a drow seems to be in chains working these fields, tending to crops, plowing new fields. And in the distance, you can see a very large looking lake. And around the lake, there are pastures that seem to be occupied by big, fluffy-looking buffalo-like creatures that are eating what appear to be reed stalks that grow out of the ground around the lake. And so Rowan leads you through this area, keeping a wide berth to the slaves that are working the fields. And eventually you make yourselves into the larger-looking mushroom groves that you recognize to be the all-too-familiar Zerkwood mushrooms that are used to build most wooden structures in the Underdark. And as you're traveling through here, you eventually find yourself in a small section of the Donnegarten that she explains to you is the name of this pasture-like area that is pressed up against the wall of the cavern of the city. And you see her push aside some debris and some refuse, and there is a trap door in the ground up against the wall with a little staircase underneath that leads down to a little nook. And you can see here that there is a bedroll, a couple of chests, a table. There seems to be a little spot where she does some cooking, and this seems to be where she hides out. It's not very big, but there's just enough space that you all could kind of fit in here at the same time.
Well, this is home for the next couple of days, boys.
Almost. We got to get to where we're going first.
Wait, so we're in like near one of these mushroom groves?
We're like passing right here, I think, because that looks like groves. You know what I mean?
So you
The
guys
straight
came
lines like
in
that.
down here, and then you kind of made your way around here, and now you're in like a little nook tucked into the wall here.
Oh, okay. We're in a little nook in the wall. All right, cool.
Yeah, you're pressed up against the wall, out of the way of everything, basically.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna turn back into a regular Mog.
All right, you
Yeah.
do that.
Okay. So, are you familiar with a way to get to the Sorcerer Tower from here?
Is that where you need to go?
Definitely one of the places we need to go, but also, you know, we have some other options. But if we can get right there, that'd probably be pretty good.
She grimaces and goes, "Well, you can't just walk into there. It'd be pretty difficult for you to do. It's one of the most heavily guarded places in the city. It's right in the middle of the academy."
Ah, crap.
Ah, crap.
We heard there was an attack here recently.
She nods. There was. The Demogorgon itself crawled out of the mist rift and attacked the city.
Do you know what part of the city was affected most?
The bazaar, certainly, where all the markets are, in the very center of town.
Interesting. Do you know
It
if that
wreaked havoc
area?
there.
Do you know if that area is being reforged, or if there a sense of dismay there?
Oh yes, certainly. The houses dispatched aid to the bazaar within a day of the attack, and they were able to get most of it back up and running within the week.
Any of the main living quarters around that area destroyed?
Oh, certainly. Many houses and businesses were destroyed by the rampage of the Demogorgon. In fact, I've heard that a lot of the noble houses are in upheaval, angry at the administration for allowing it to happen.
Yes, it was word that the local head wizard was banned from Menzo Baranzan.
She nods. Yes, Grumpf Bainray. He was banished.
His own house banished him?
Yes. I've heard House
Whenever-
Bainray has publicly denounced Grumpf.
When everything goes wrong, you gotta blame the top guy.
But you know that Grumpf would have had dealings all over the city, specifically in the Sorcerer Tower?
So the Sorcerer Tower is where the Archmage's office is.
And
Who
that's the tower
holds
that's-
that office now?
Nobody.
Is elections then, or an appointee, or
She kind of shrugs and goes, "It's not an official position. It's just something that was. I don't know how to explain it."
okay? And that is the tower that's in the center of the academy.
Well, it's in the northwestern quadrant of the academy, but yes, there are 3 towers that make up the academy, and all of them are very heavily guarded.
Okay,
But
that's unfortunate.
the academy is in the north part of the city, yes?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
this place right here.
Yeah. So the Sorcerer Tower is not that large structure that we can see from here.
Oh, do you mean the pillar, Narbondel?
I don't know it by name, but I would assume that you are describing the same.
If you're talking about the large pillar with the gems, that is the main support structure that keeps up this massive cavern. And it almost serves as a... I don't know how many of you are from the surface, but a clock tower of sorts?
They tell the time with that.
Yes, indeed. It's quite a sacred ritual. Several of the more powerful mages from the academy make their way down to Narbondel every hour on the hour, and they light up a number of gems that corresponds to the time of day.
So that one pillar is holding up the roof of this entire cavern?
Without it, the entire thing would certainly come down.
It must be heavily guarded and enchanted then.
Oh, it is very heavily enchanted. The whole city is, in fact.
And the Demogorgon came out of the abyss by the bazaar, yes?
Yes, it crawled out of the mist rift into the bazaar. The
Was
mist
there
rift is one of the rifts right next door to it.
was there worry that there would be destruction of the pillar?
Well, yes, certainly, but what do you want them to do about it? It's the Demogorgon.
And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but directly above this cave ceiling is overworld, the top side. I don't know what they would reference it as.
The surface.
Yes, the surface. Ozzy, thank you. The surface. It's been quite a while. I've been down here for a while here.
I don't know what exactly is up there. I assume it's a mountain with the size of the cavern.
So what places can you get to safely and effectively inside the city?
Not many, I'm afraid. Mostly what I do is I hide here and I try to get extra food to some of the slaves that work the farms, and sometimes I smuggle them out of the city if they have a desire to escape. But I can't do too much, or else the houses will get suspicious, and the last thing I need is for House Mizram to send guards after me specifically.
Do you happen to know what part of the city they would keep prisoners that are more of higher terms, or of former higher terms, political means?
She shrugs and goes, I don't know a whole lot about the high politics of the city, but if I had to guess, I would look for whatever house you think this person has offended, and you could probably find them there.
Where do we find House Mizram?
House Mizram, you can find them with quarters up near the west wall along the west rift.
Damn.
How long does it take to walk from here to the west rift?
Well, it's on the other side of the city. It'll probably take you a few hours.
And they are known for cracking down on people like you?
Yes, House Mizram runs most of the slave trade consortium.
Yeah, they seem like shitheads.
Just make sure you're careful if you go there. If you're captured by House Mizram, odds are you'll never see the light of day again.
And
You'll
which,
spend the rest of your life in shackles.
Excellent. Which section of Menzo Baranzan does House Mizram run again?
The west wall.
Well,
The west wall. Okay.
what about
That's a large
if
section.
you speak of if we were to walk there? I assume that's because it's windy and not a straight way. What if we were to fly there?
Well, you could always make better time by flying if you did so, but depending on how you flew, you would have to try to find a way to conceal yourself. I'm sure your friend who turned into the bat wouldn't have trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could get there by myself, but then I'd just be by myself, and it's not great. We kind of work together. We need to basically get some things that Grumpf may have written down.
Oh. Those are lofty goals.
Yeah, no, we've come a long way, but we're pretty confident with our ability to get to that general area. Any tips on how we could actually get in?
I'm afraid that's pretty far outside of my area of expertise. I don't really know, I'm sorry. I wouldn't just try to go in by yourselves, unless
Right.
you intend to fight your way through the whole city.
Well, what do they do up there? Is it just studying?
What's up?
It's a magic academy of
You're
sorts.
very
This is
drunk,
where
huh?
it's where they train their famous
Okay.
drow wizards that you've heard so much about.
So if we were a drow wizard looking to study the arcane arts, that's where we would go.
Well, yes, but you would need to be sponsored by one of the houses, I think.
And if we had sponsorship and a good disguise, I think with decent odds we'd be able to get in.
Your disguise would have to be good. It would have to stand up to magical scrutiny.
I might be fucked.
So what if this is where we contact our actual sponsor, Mug, and we have him send his person he's been training this whole freaking time to actually get some mileage out of him?
Yeah, I think some of us can certainly try to contact, but I thought we've crossed past the boundary of this city's protected magic.
Okay. I just didn't realize it would be so crucial to have a full-blooded drow with us.
Well, I mean, we can try to do our stuff, right, Chagall? It's just a little bit hazier if you go through the city magic?
Well, scrying will not allow me to communicate with this individual.
Doesn't either you or Malkandar know the spell message?
I know the spell message.
Couldn't
It's
you,
just a cantrip.
send a message to our actual sponsor?
It's too far away for message.
Yeah,
Yeah,
message.
message is a cantrip. It's shitty.
You would need sending.
I don't think
Okay.
I have sending.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be nice. But he did say it would be hard to contact him once we were inside the city.
He also said he had people in here, correct?
Yeah, I just don't remember if he told us how to contact them or not.
He did.
That is unfortunate.
Oh, what did he? Do you remember? Do we remember what he said?
He gave you a password.
Oh, yes.
That's not good.
Do we know what we're supposed to do with that password?
He told you that he had allies among the wizards of the Academy that were known as the Council of Spiders.
Yes.
And that if you approached them and you said the password, that they would be able to potentially help you, but he also told you not to trust them with the specifics of your plan.
Okay.
Because they don't exactly align with his plan.
Right.
They being the Council of Spiders, after all.
Yeah. Do you know where the Council of Spiders hangs out? Is it in that same area?
You asking Rowan?
Yeah.
She kind of like blinks at you. 'Cause I've never heard of anything like that. What is the Council of Spiders?
Well,
Can we roll a deception? Or insight, rather?
Yeah, you can roll insight.
Yeah.
She seems very confused.
it's a potential way for us to get in, as far as we know.
Oh. Well, I mean, that would be great. If it were true. But I'm afraid I've never heard of anything like that.
Well. Okay, well, you've gotten us this far. I certainly appreciate that, but we may need to try and get up there.
Well, I'm happy to answer any questions about the city that I can, and if you ever need a safe place to rest, I can try to provide that for you, but not being a drow myself, I'm not sure how much more I could do for you.
So, that first, can I see the city from here?
Yeah, you can see it across the pastures. So it's about a 10 to 15 mile gap from here to there.
Okay, Jesus.
It's very, very big.
That's like an all-day march just to get to the wall of the Brairn, then.
That's a couple hours.
This area feeds the whole city, basically. So it's bigger than it looks.
10 miles? At like
Yeah.
a mile an hour if you're walking?
Mile an hour? What are you, 100 years old?
That's a walking pace, bro.
Bro, you
But
can
it's
definitely
like
walk a
3.
mile in 15 minutes.
Yeah, you can.
That's if you're jogging.
No,
Fast,
bro.
That's a fast walk.
It's a fast walk,
is
but
like
you
It's a
can
brisk
definitely...
walk.
Yeah, you can
If you're
do-
walking a
I've been
mile an
punished
hour,
if
you're
you're-
always
if you're-
bagging.
If you're running, you can do like a 3-minute mile. If not,
Well, I don't think that's...
I mean, that's pretty good.
But-
but-
10-minute mile.
I can personally jog a 10-minute mile, no problem.
Yeah, jogging, I
Pretty
understand.
normal.
But, like, I've had Azzy be punished in this campaign for trying to move too fast too far.
oh, 9 to
Wow.
10, you guys are right.
As he's fast as fuck, boy. Well, I mean, let's think about this for a second. Alright, hold on. We've done this calculation before, but as he can move, what, like 300 feet in a turn? So,
Yeah,
I gotta pee.
If
a
I'm
mile's, what,
hasted.
5,000 feet?
yeah. 5,280.
Okay. That means that, okay, times 6. Azzy could travel a mile in 100 seconds if he ran at full speed.
Ozzy,
Oh my God. Sub 2-minute mile.
you're faster than Hussein Bolt.
Exactly.
Need some water.
Ridiculous.
A minute 40 seconds to do a mile for you, Azzy.
Yeah.
Damn.
You crush him, dude.
So, Rowan, if we were to try to, say, hug the outer wall of the city, is it possible to plot a path directly to the academy?
From here, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, you'd have
Is
to
there
cross
any, like-
through parts of the brainy, and then the claw rift, and then
Okay.
even then you would still get to the walls of the academy.
Is
So
there
you would have to find a way
anything-
over the wall.
Okay. Because we can all be made to fly temporarily, but across the entirety of the city, definitely not.
If anybody saw you, it might mean trouble.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting there for now. What can you tell me about the Braren, or the Braren?
Braren. Braren. What do I know about the Braren? Da, da, da.
I do not envy you as a DM right now. This looks like a fucking pile of shit.
There's a lot. There's a lot here, so you're gonna have to be patient with me. I've memorized as much as I could, but
Yeah, no, it's fine, dude. There's
possible.
It's a
Yeah,
big
dude,
so much
ass-
fucking
Menzo
shit, dude.
Baranzan is basically the fucking. This is literally everything that the entire fucking campaign was.
like
Yeah.
building up to.
And
Yeah.
dude, there's shit to do at like every location here, so
I don't know if we're gonna get to, cause like
no, I mean you don't have to. It's up to you. But
we're
if you
gonna
want
be
to.
spotted as non-drow at some point. They're gonna be like, "Be slaves," and we're gonna have to
Yeah.
murder them, and then
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Well, your disguises will hold up in most of the city, but
right.
like if you try to get basically what Rowan's saying is like if you try to go into the academy, like basic disguises probably won't cut it.
Right. I'm trying to figure out like how do we get in contact with anybody who's a upper drow without immediately being like, "Get out of here, less than peasant scum."
Should we
You know
take
what I
a
mean?
page out of the Drow book and just kidnap one and make it our slave?
I mean,
Enslaving a
yeah, it's
drow and
fine,
make drow
but we would
slave
have
city?
to make our way to the bazaar to find hopefully an abandoned house there. Like
Can you
I said, they
guys-
sent aid, but
Can you guys manipulate people and charm them, essentially?
It's not my specialty at all.
I can do friends on people.
Mm.
All right.
But as soon as that ends, they know they've been charmed and they're pissed at you for it.
And it'll probably only last like a minute.
Yeah.
So Rowan thinks about it for a minute, and then she says, "Well, the Braren is barely better than the slums that you came through on the way in. At least the people there have proper homes to live in, but most of them could barely be called that. It's mostly undesirables, exiles, people who have fallen on hard times. But I've heard that after the Demogorgon attack, there's actually been quite a swell of population in there. All sorts of drow that were displaced by the Demogorgon's rampage."
And wait, where is it that they are a swell of the? Are you talking about the break?
The far right section.
The Braren is like the projects, basically. It's the shitty part of the city.
We're going to.
Hello.
We're definitely going to have to try to set up and acquire a broken down and dilapidated village or dwelling in the bazaar because we won't be able to have
Yeah.
enough resources to be able to travel from here to anywhere really constantly.
Right. So if we meet up and we meet somebody, we find somebody who is one of those displaced peoples from the bazaar, we could get information from them on which buildings were left to the wayside by the councils. They didn't receive any aid. They're miffed about it. Maybe we could get their house. Because the councils helped most of the places, is what I think Rowan said.
Yeah, we might also just be able to see that without giving up any information to a stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta find a way to get through this whole fucking quagmire without getting...
I mean, I think that's our slave plan that we had before. We got through the gates easier than we thought. Now we're inside. People are going to be probably less suspicious in general. And if we have our slaves with us, marching them around, we can say we're going to the West Wall to bring them to that Nazi slave house, and people
then
will probably
go to-
buy it.
Alright. That's a good plan. I like
I'm
that.
back.
I believe that we're going to have to rest before we make out.
Yeah,
for
that's
the
my
day.
only worry, is that my disguise ends after an hour, And
And
it
how
is
many
10
goes-
to 15 miles from here to the Brayron, and then it is much slower going once you're in a city.
Yeah.
How-
so, yeah.
How many goes of your disguise do you have?
Today, I have 2 more. Or actually, I have 2, 5, 8, 11,
What?
13 more times I can
So
do.
from here to here, just so you guys know, is like not the same scale as from like here to here.
Okay.
Okay.
This
That's-
is
that's
way
helpful.
bigger. And then, for example, the whole bazaar is 750 feet wide.
Oh,
Okay.
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 So like this
That's
is
helpful.
750 feet. It's not entirely to scale.
Okay.
Um,
So once we get across this main area, just
It's much faster to get.
The
through
city is
this
very
because it's
thick.
very
Just
dense.
to give you guys an idea of like how big of a city you're dealing with, the population of Menzo Baranzan is 20,000.
That's a lot
Okay.
of fucking drow.
It's a lot of people, but for a city, that's not that much.
That's
Right.
very
No.
small for a city.
but it's probably the most that we've seen in the Underdark by far.
Gauntlgrim's about the same size.
Oh, okay.
Is it really? Goddamn.
Yeah, maybe a bit smaller, but
so we rest here for the night, and then we make our way to the bazaar in the normal formation that we had before.
Yeah, we may have to find some spots to redo our thing, or a creative way to redo our thing somehow.
Yeah.
I know that Drow have the same ability that you and I have, Azzy, and creating magical darkness on a whim. Perhaps once in a while, one of us can sneeze and do that while you recast something real fast, and then it goes away.
Okay. That's fine. You and I could both do that.
Or, I think it'd probably be preferable if we just found a spot that we could hide.
Yeah, that'll probably be easier to do, anyways.
But I can be a spider for a significant amount of hours.
Then Malcolm, Darshagal, Crumb, and Jimjar are all going to go the cloak over the armor method, perhaps, and then put your weapons in the bag of holding for now. Because otherwise, that leaves Malkandar to cast invisibility on all of you and hope that
Right,
we don't
we're-
come across a mage.
We're
that can
we're
detect
going in
that.
as slaves, right?
That's my understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Azzy as the
Slave handler, I guess.
lady slave handler.
Yeah.
So Crumb, Chagall, and Malkandar all slaves, unless something goes awry.
Don't snap at me!
Sorry, my dog was trying to eat his own poop. Give me one
We're not
second.
doing the ruse just yet.
And I will be a giant spider that will hopefully just give us a little bit of street cred and believability.
okay. You want to be a spider?
Yeah, I want, because it was basically we're gonna have our slaves like tied to the spider, like with ropes on their hands or
Oh, you're
whatever,
gonna tie
and then
slaves to the spider.
yeah, and then Azzy like leading the spider as
You relay this plan to Rowan.
yeah, I think we're talking about it in the open here.
She comments and pipes up and she goes, "If you do that, it will be quite a spectacle. It will be acceptable socially here, but people will find you interesting.
So you think it would draw too much attention?
I mean, that's up to you. I don't know how much attention you want to draw to yourself. You said you're looking to find help.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll attract attention from those that would be willing to help, but you might also attract attention from someone that doesn't want to help.
So I don't have to be a giant spider. I can be a lot of creatures. So if we want to play a little bit less noticeable, I could just be a bat again. But people that you said giant spiders are revered in some spots, in other spots they're pests.
Yes. If one were to be tamed and kept as a pet by a slaver, especially if you tied slaves to it, then, well, people would find that very interesting.
Maybe we don't need that type of attention just yet, but we could use that at some point.
You'd be considered a very wealthy and prestigious merchant if you did that.
That would definitely help us get into a fancy house. But I don't know how much it would help us finding an empty home in the bazaar.
Certainly if you went through the Brayron like that, you would probably not make the right impression. Most of the people there are disenfranchised and might be bitter towards somebody that was of good fortune.
Okay. Alright, yeah, maybe let's call a little attention to ourselves as we need to.
Greyrin sounds like the slums.
Yes, that would be a good analogy, I would say. It is where those that have nowhere else to go end up. Well, unless you end up in the Dark Dominion, that is.
Yeah, and that place is rough.
Right. You don't want to go there. Not again.
All right, so I'll be a bat. We'll have 3 slaves and then 1 drow. Oh wait, shit. What's Jim Jar gonna do?
Don't worry about me, man. Slave mode activated.
All right, another slave. So pretty good amount of slaves. Do we all have like rope and shit or chains?
Yeah,
Like
we've got fucking tons of rope.
I do
For
have some.
adventures.
I hope I don't get kicked again, Jim Jar
Yeah,
says.
dude. Yeah, you're right, man. That guy really fucked you up.
Hey, he's wearing a fucking steel boot. It hurt.
That little cocksucker.
Well, Jim Jar, you know what they say, right?
No, I don't. I don't, Chagall.
You got knocked down, but you get up again. Because they're never gonna keep you down, Jim Jar.
Who says that?
I
Um,
believe they were called the Tub Thumpers.
What? That's a stupid...
It's a very stupid name.
The Tub Thumpers? What?
That's the name of the band.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I thought it was Chumbawamba.
Oh, Tub Thumping is the name of the.
What are you guys talking about? Are
Yeah,
you guys
shit.
serious? Is this
Yeah, Chumbawamba is the fucking...
The band name.
Yes, I believe the mighty warrior Chumbawamba said that.
Yes.
Is that an orc? That sounds like an orc name.
Yes, the mighty orc and also his best friend, a giant.
Oh. That sounds
Yes.
pretty cool, actually.
Well, I heard
Yes.
they might be giants.
Yes.
Uh,
They were they were also around in the same time as the mighty warrior group of Smash Mouth.
don't.
They are in the stars now. They are all stars, if you will.
Shooting stars. Some say they broke the mold.
Yes.
God damn it.
Oh god. Pain.
What about
Yeah.
the gods of Nickelback?
No.
Mm.
That's they're not
We do
gods.
not
I don't
speak
know
of
what,
them.
I don't know what they are, but they're not
We
gods.
do not speak of this.
That's what
Yes.
that's what crawled out of the Mistdrift, Nickelback.
So I guess that's the fucking.
That's such a good monster name. That's the
Nickelback?
Demogorgon's name, Nickelback.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I guess the move is to fucking rest and then go to the bazaar.
Alright.
Bizarre.
You guys go ahead and take a long rest.
Whoa.
Now that you've plotted your course, why don't we take a pee break while I read all of the places you're going to go through while you get to the bazaar to refresh my memory.
DM life.
I have plans for most of them, I just need to remember which plans go to which area.
Sweet.
You could just forget everything and say, we'll just let you in.
But that defeats all the fun. Look, you guys have already skipped like 4 combat opportunities today, so I don't know what you want me to do at this point. Keep dodging
Yeah,
all
we
my
did.
drow patrols.
Yeah, dude. Nat 20 on the performance over here.
Yeah.
I don't know where Brennan is, but he came home super shit-faced.
Hmm.
He probably went to bed, brother.
with Reagan, he also did like swell for me. So this time he like. Oh, okay. Yeah, so she definitely is having issues. That's probably why she's looking for trees, because she's like, yeah. Alright, yeah. Oh. 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 Come on, guys. Always the slow. Brenda, if you're watching, mind giving the whole stream a refresh. She was just saying that the chat isn't working. Oh, okay. It may not.
I have such a bad headache today. Trying to drink a lot of.
Take some pills.
Yeah, I took Advil like an hour and a half ago. It didn't help.
Sucks, man.
It sucks, man.
And trying to drink water and maybe eat something to help. It's not working.
Migraine life, man.
What?
Migraine life.
Yeah, my eyes hurt so bad.
That's a migraine.
Well, they suck.
They sure do, man. I get them sometimes. The only thing that fixes it is just like go to bed.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to bed soon.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll call it at like 11:30 tonight, probably. That's my plan, because I have to work in the morning. I'm sorry, I know you took the day off, Azzy, but...
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Already like 40 minutes past my bedtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday's always rough on me, too.
Is
But
it,
you,
get up
but you
around
see,
those are the days I stay up late now. It's like a major shift from like
Yeah.
previous life in the 20s. Always Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Now it's rarely those days, and almost always Sundays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
the most important part about this week was maintaining the campaign, because if we failed this week, it would have been over forever.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
It doesn't feel like we've been playing for 2 hours because we haven't done any combat, but it's actually been 2 hours.
We've gotten a lot done, thankfully, because there was no combat.
It's amazing how productive you can be when you talk your way through everything.
Right?
Next week, I'm going to visit my my sister in California. I'll be going from Saturday to Friday.
Oh. Well,
I hope you
It's
have
like
a
a good week
trip,
for you to be
man.
a slave.
And yeah,
And that,
I
and
guess
it
we
was
could do that. We could put Malkindar in auto slave mode.
that, and it was even more beneficial that we played this week, because it definitely would have ended.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would have skipped 2 more
I,
weeks.
Yeah, that would have put us up to like 6.
I'm actually going to Disneyland on Sunday.
Disneyland?
Disneyland.
Disneyland!
Fuck
I'm going to
yeah.
Disneyland for free, technically.
Oh my god, Disneyland for free?
Yeah.
Ride a roller coaster?
When you say technically, are you sneaking into Disneyland?
No. Got a.
That wasn't a
Inside
very
checking
confident no.
Oops. Don't inside check me. No, we got a like $1,000 fucking gift card.
Wow. Ow.
How?
Yeah.
Allie's old work.
They gave you $1,000 Disneyland gift card?
I guess she kind of worked for it. she
Confused.
she gets like she got spiffs and stuff, and you got points, and she had enough points to buy a $1,000 gift card.
Oh, okay. So it's like, okay, it's a reward system.
Yeah, so kind of free, but kind of like she worked for it. So
Right. I got you.
Are you gonna visit the fucking Hollywood at all? It's not even in the same area, actually, is it?
No, isn't that LA?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to Hollywood.
Where the fuck is?
It's an
Say that-
anime.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, California.
I am gonna be going to the San Diego Zoo though.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
California.
That's a dope zoo.
California is weird. I feel like everything should be in the same spot, but it's like 4 hours away from each other.
Yeah. My sister's lived in San Diego for 3 years, and I kind of only just learned that it's kind of like on the Mexican border. I didn't really think about how close San Diego was to
Yeah,
Mexico.
it's super close.
He's like, yeah, I can see Mexico like from my house.
That's what Rowan looks like, in case anyone's wondering.
Nice. Yeah, those arbitrary boundary lines are really weird. Like,
What,
oh,
the yellow ones?
this is nice America. That's shitty ass Tijuana.
Oh, you're talking about real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of
Yeah,
looks
it is
like
weird.
Link, by the way.
Who?
Rowan or whatever.
Oh yeah, a little bit. I could see that.
She looks a lot like what a fan fiction female Link would be.
Yeah, if Link worshipped Maliki.
Yeah.
And had a face tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's actually kind of badass, I guess.
Oh yeah. She's not weak. She could fight if she had to.
Can I do
You guys
detect
fought that
magic?
Drow Patrol, you might have seen. Huh?
Can I do detect magic?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is the shield magical at all?
you cast Detect Magic, and there is magic everywhere. It's almost blinding to your sight how much magic is all around you, just all over the place.
In this little fucking nook?
Everywhere that you look, there's just magic all over the fucking place. But yeah, you do look at Rowan, and you do notice that her shield itself is magical, and her sword as well,
Oh.
or her mace rather, I should say.
That shield is pretty dope.
Are you saying that to her? Or
No,
are you just saying that out of game?
out of game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm glad I found that fan art. It was perfect for what I was envisioning for the character.
Oh, it even has the little fucking... It actually... That fan art actually has the fucking thing on it, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright, we're all back. You ready?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so are you guys disguising now and then crossing the Donaugarten, or are you going to walk across the Donaugarten first and find a place to disguise yourselves?
I think we should walk across the Donaugarten first and then disguise ourselves after.
Okay.
It's above
Gotcha.
Crumb's pay grade.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's probably fine. I only worry about what Rowan brought up earlier, that there might be spies looking for a quick payday for reporting something like that. If they see, our gang go into a crack and a fucking drow slave handler, a giant spider, and all of her slaves come out of the crack.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. We should cross it and then disguise.
I mean, do we need to have a drow with us, though?
I wouldn't worry about it too much in the Brerin, but once you leave the Brerin and head into Eastmire, you might want to be better safe than sorry with that.
Alright, cool. Let's run with that plan then. And we're gonna, Rowan was telling us that giant spider gonna draw a lot of attention, potentially positive from slavers and rich people, but maybe we save that, and I'll just
Okay.
be a small creature. I'll just be a bat again.
Okay. And so how am I leading the slaves? Are we tying everyone's hands together, or...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, once we go with that plan, yeah, we'll get our rope out and we'll tie everybody together.
Yes, and you need to have the charismatic prowess of a slave driver.
I will also say that you don't necessarily need to tie your slaves up.
They don't
All
do that
slaves in Menzo Baranzan know that to defy their master is death.
Well,
here? Okay.
are all these drow bad people?
No, certainly not. There are good people among them.
Okay.
But I will say that it is the less common variety of drow.
More
Always
of them
assume the
probably
worst in
exiled
them,
than
but keep an open mind. There are many people in the
Assume
city.
worst. Yes, with 20,000 of them, I suppose you might find one or two that are decent.
Some of the noble houses are even rumored to be more open to dealings with outsiders than others, but they'll never admit it to the other ones.
To
I
do
could
so
see
would
that.
ruin them, I suppose.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess we can continue on even up to the Brerin before we engage our disguise. If you three want to begin looking like slaves now, before we leave, that would probably be best. Weapons in the bag of holding, that sort of thing, and then I can just dip when need be. I will keep the spider sword that has the house markings all over it tucked away,
Okay. Probably wise.
and I'll just have the blood sword out, strapped to my hip.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Rift sacrifice equipped.
yeah.
Okay, so you guys are gonna walk across the Donna Garden here.
Who has that spider
Um,
wand? That'd probably be
Spider
fun.
wand?
Yeah, isn't
The
there a
wand of
spider-
web, you mean?
Yeah, wand of web.
I know it says I have it in my inventory, but I don't know if it's one of my attuned items. I think it is. I don't know how many items I have attuned right
Do you have to attune to it?
I don't think you have to.
Yeah.
It's a pretty
attunement
mild-
by a
oh.
spellcaster.
All right.
Damn. Just
Just cast web.
yeah.
That's it. It has X amount of charges. It has like 8 charges or some shit.
Items that let you cast spells without using a spell slot are powerful.
That in and of itself is powerful.
So as you're getting ready to leave, Rowan goes, "Do you want me to come with you, or should I stay here?"
I'll leave that up to Chagall.
How well do you know the lay of the city?
Fairly well. I've never really been further north or west than the bazaar, and I don't have any reason to go past Yorblivin. But as in terms of the Mears, Dustclome, I've been to all those places.
I think that would be helpful if you came, if you were willing.
Of course, anything that I can do to help you, I'm willing to do. It is Maliki's will.
Well,
Can I eye her up? What does she look like for a person? Does she look like very, very, very upstanding and pure of heart and all that jazz?
Are you trying to determine her alignment?
Yeah.
Definitely, you can make an insight check.
Okay.
Yeah, so with a 19, based on the interactions you've had with her so far and what she seems to be doing with her life, which is hiding in a city of slavers, trying to free and help slaves, you get the impression that this is a good person.
So, what that means is that if we need to abandon a place for the individuals inside, she will not be on board, and may even turn on us if we go that way. So,
What are you talking
all
about?
of our options are closed off. Not all of them closed off, but we don't have all of them open at that point. If we bring her.
What are you talking about?
If we need to unalive someone, Crumb.
Yeah, depending on who that person is, same.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah,
Rowan
I know.
seems concerned with this conversation.
Just letting you all know, that means we have to high road this the whole way.
I look at Rowan. I say, hey, sometimes this job can get messy. You understand?
In what way? She
We
seems
don't-
very concerned.
Not every act is the act of the good guy, but the ultimate cause is the good guy.
You mean you're going to hurt innocents?
Sometimes we don't know if the person is innocent or not, but sometimes
Yeah.
people get hurt.
Sometimes it
Rowan,
means attacking not in self-defense, but definitely against someone who has it coming.
well, if they deserve it, then I don't have a problem with
Say,
that.
say silencing a drow patrol before they can call for help.
But, oh, well, most of the Drow military work for one noble house or another, so most of them are pretty deserving of your wrath, but there are some that don't deserve it.
I think we're gonna be fine.
All right, so long as we don't come across one that everyone's going to have to feel like tiptoeing around.
Yeah, I mean, you realize that there's the whole non-lethal. action.
Not for every option. Sometimes you need to go fast, and sometimes the non-lethal isn't fast enough.
Well, I think with this particular instance in this unknown city that we're walking into here, so far we have had to kill 0 individuals, at least within proximity of the city. And we've gotten in fairly smooth as it is, so...
Barley. Excellent. So long as we're in agreement then about our options, I am all for bringing more help.
Rowan turns to Chagall and just goes, You know how to determine the right thing to do, right? You and I follow the same doctrine, do we not?
Right.
Yes, we definitely both follow Maliki. Being of the surface and one with the forest and the woods, I might have a different intimacy level of relationship with Maliki as a paladin of Maliki, but it is under the same context, yes.
I suppose.
Some real lawyer speak there, man.
I will not let innocence hurt. Innocence
Rowan,
must be protected.
Rowan's gonna look at you for a long moment, and she's gonna nod and go, Alright, well, that makes me feel a little better at least.
I have only attempted to act under the message of Maliki. I will be honest, I have strayed from the path for a little while, but I have found the path again, and it has led here, and it has led to you. And
The
it
Underdark
has
can be a difficult place to be, I understand.
It has led to also the enlightenment of a very aggressive individual to see the message of Maliki as well. So,
Oh. Well, that sounds ominous, but also good, I suppose.
There's a docile rage flowing within the mind of a disciple of mine.
Docile rage, right. I don't think that makes sense, but if
Yeah,
I'll
he's
take your word for
he's got a dog man that
Dormant
follows
rage.
this thing.
it. Dogman. A knoll?
Yes.
Oh. A knoll has turned to the path of Maliki?
Yes.
Thanks to Chagall entirely, yes.
That is remarkable.
Yes, he was once a crying, blabbering gnoll.
He cried.
Yes.
Every
Have you ever
knoll
seen
that
a
I've
knoll
ever
cry?
met has been
It's
a
disgusting.
hateful ball of murder and rage.
Yeah, he's not okay. He was he had some issues, but
He's under a spell.
that's neither here nor there.
No,
Isn't he
he is
under a
he is
spell?
under no spell. He is
Or is he
simply
just
under
depressed?
he's under the effect of a deep, deep depression.
Oh.
And I have began to guide him back to happiness. And he has been probably the happiest gnoll I've ever seen
A
in my life.
happiness that doesn't involve murdering everyone he can get his hands on.
Right.
Yeah.
He
In
does
fact,
seem way happier than when you met him.
he doesn't even like to fight at all.
True.
Wow,
This is
well,
true.
that is wonderful. Truly, Maliki's miracles are bountiful.
When you put it like
Yes.
that actually does check out.
Yes, they come in many different forms, and she speaks many different messages. So
Rowan seems impressed with your conversion of this knoll.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm looking for people to murder. I'm just letting you know sometimes hard calls have to be made.
Yeah, okay, Chandler, we know how you play.
I didn't murder that dwarf, did I? I could have.
No,
I could have
listen,
stabbed him silently right then and there.
And it is clear that he has woken up today in the state of Ozzy, which is a little bit more lenient as far as life than
Baron.
the other
I squint at
individual.
Chagall.
Yeah,
What does
Baron's a
that
straight up
mean?
savage.
Who is
Uh,
Baron?
Well, Varen is another.
Baron helps us sometimes, and he's pretty black and white.
Where is
yeah.
he?
Can we?
He's in our group, but only sometimes. Don't worry about him. You'll know him when you see him.
I don't know that I will. I've never met him, but
Trust me, you'll know when Baron is here.
Rowan seems very confused, but she nods and lets the topic go.
So should we start cruising over to this ghetto area?
Yeah, let us be off.
Gonna get
right.
down to the ghetto.
To the ghetto.
So Rowan puts her cloak back on and gets into her, her meek posture to pretend to be a slave. And you guys leave the little hidey hole.
I'm gonna turn into a bat before we leave.
You're a bat now.
I'm a bat. I'm Batman.
Alright.
Batman.
Yeah, I'm good. Did everybody agree? Are we having everyone put their stuff in the bag of holding? Their obvious weapons and stuff, and then
Yes.
cloaking up?
Yes,
Like
it is.
basic brownish cloaks?
Yes, it's already done.
Yep.
Okay.
It is done. They're in my bag of holding, and I'm a bat.
So
It's a
Just
weird
time.
magic trick.
So Rowan leads you guys out of here, and you kind of hug the wall for a little while until you start to get close to the road that connects to the entrance of the cavern that you came in. She cuts across one of the fields where you see that there are a few people working. You see Myconids, you see Duragar and Darrow and stuff, and their heads are just down, and they're tilling the soil, working tirelessly. You see taskmasters walking up and down the lines. Every now and then a slave will just get whipped.
And she's
For
just
not
dipping
working
down
fast
in between all that?
Yeah, she's like skirting around the edge of the plantation, just with her head
okay.
down, like she's on some kind of errand or something.
She
I'm just
literally
gonna follow
is
her.
Mother Teresa. Not Mother Teresa. Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, she's very much like a Harriet Tubman type.
Was Harriet Tubman like helping people to the Underground Railroad lady?
Yeah,
She was, yeah.
Okay.
She was the
Yeah, it was tickling something in my brain.
yeah,
Word. Fucking half-elf Harriet Tubman, let's go.
exactly. She brings you guys. It takes you about an hour and a half to get from there to the edge of what is considered the Braern. And as you're getting there, you immediately see that the streets here are packed with people. The buildings are run down and dilapidated. It looks like most of them were constructed more than 20 to 30 years ago, and there has not been much maintenance on them. The streets do not smell good. The people do not smell good, and they don't look good either. Things are real bad here. In fact, as you're walking through, you can see that a lot of people are suffering from what appear to be wounds that are only recently starting to heal all the way over.
So
And
we're in
there's-
Lawrence.
Yeah, you're in Lawrence. Not the bad part of Lawrence, too. Like, the part where you don't want to go because it's all heroin.
Yeah, I've been there. It's terrible.
Yeah,
I got offered a
So-
blowjob at 8 a.m. there.
sounds about right. Yeah, that might well happen to you here. And so you are making your way through here, and a couple times people reach out to you begging for help, asking for alms or handouts. Do you want to entertain any of that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I do not carry money on me. Yeah.
You're a slave, shut up, dude.
Oh yeah. I don't
Sure,
actually.
slave.
I don't even actually say that out loud. By the way.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
You're not invisible now, right, Shaw? You're just a slave?
Yeah.
I fly into
Yeah,
your
but-
hair.
At
Weird
one point-
multi-eyeballed all over him bat.
You guys make your way around a corner, and you are walking down the street when suddenly out into the street steps 3 drow, and they are wearing regular-looking commoner clothing, and one of them has a bandage around their arm, and they step out into the street, and one of them goes, "Hey, you walk down our road. You're gonna have to pay the toll." and he's speaking Undercommon.
Uh,
And you hear footsteps behind you, and you can see that 3 more have walked out into the road behind you. You look at these drow. They actually don't seem that old. They just seem like they're teenagers. And they all are carrying daggers and short swords. And they're drawn. You can see poison dripping off of the tip of them.
Is Ozzy in
I'm
disguise
just in
right now?
regular. No, we were waiting until I got to the Braren.
So I'm not technically in
You're in the
slave
Braren.
mode right now.
Well, we made it to the Braren?
Yeah, you've only been in the
Oh.
Braren for like 15 minutes.
That's my bad. I was supposed to change before we actually got into that.
Yeah, do you want to say that you guys got into your disguise as soon as you got to the Braren?
Yeah, before
That's the plan.
this, hopefully. That was
Yeah.
the plan, at least.
If that was the plan, then yeah, you can do that.
I thought I could make it to 11:30, but I can't. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
okay,
a-
man. We can auto-slave you, and you are good to
I'm,
go.
I'm an auto slave.
Auto-slave activate.
Good luck.
It was good playing with you, man. I'm sorry you got a migraine.
Sorry, man. Thanks.
Night, man.
Feel better, dude.
Feel better.
Feel better, man.
Appreciate it.
Later.
All right.
So I look like a hunter lady leading her 3 slaves along.
You're a female drow.
Female drow.
Yep.
Huntress. Can I make a performance check to try to talk like she talked? To make my voice sound like she sounded, rather?
Yeah, you want to sound like an uppity.
Yeah, uppity bitch.
Yeah, sure. You can do that.
Alright. Let me see about this performance check. Maybe 18.
Okay. What do you say?
What do I say? These ones are meant for the West Wall. If you mean to pay for them here, you're welcome to. If you wish to pay with blood, I also welcome you.
We don't give a spider's ass where you're going. Pay the toll, or we're gonna stab you.
I'm trying to intimidate them here.
Go ahead, roll intimidate.
Alright. Was it up here? It is. Okay.
And I'm just in slave mode, right?
You can do whatever you want.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. So you threaten to basically kill them if they get in your way, and the 2 that are like on either side of the one talking to like look at each other, and they seem kind of nervous. Their brows are furrowed, and one of them just kind of like grabs the guy in front of him and goes, Nork, I don't think this is a good idea. And he goes, "Shut up! I'm in charge here." And you
God,
look
he's
behind
stupid.
you, Azzy, and the 3 that came out into the street behind you have already like backed away a couple of steps, and one of them makes a rude gesture at you, and then the 3 of them run off into an alleyway.
All right.
And seeing those 3 flee, the 2 in front of the one talking run off too, and the one that was talking just goes, "Damn it! Screw you!" And he runs off too.
All right, there we go. Mission accomplished.
Nice.
And since, just so that we're clear, Jesse, your thing not only lets me understand Drow, it lets me speak it. It says I
Yeah.
know that language.
Yeah, you know the language. Yeah,
Okay.
you can speak and understand Drow. Those
Okay.
guys were speaking Undercommon though.
Right, but I figure speaking Drow at them is enough to, like, shake their boots.
Oh yeah, you scared the shit out of them.
Hell yeah. All right, so I guess we'll carry on then. Me leading my slaves through the area, giving everybody a scowl who looks at us
Yeah.
sideways.
You move on, and Rowan kind of like moves up aside and goes, "That was well done. They must have been refugees from the bazaar. They didn't deserve death."
I give her a little side smile, and I'm like, see? We're not all bad.
She nods approvingly, and then goes back to slave mode. Just walking along, pretending to be a slave. All right, and you guys keep going.
Yep. I'm just a bat flying around.
1 second here.
Echolocation noises.
Echolocation noises.
Alright, so
Using
carrying
blind
on.
sense.
So we made it through the Braren then?
No, not yet.
Damn it. We're already at Tier Bresh.
No. Sadly. So you are walking through the Breran now, and you've been going for like another half hour or so, and you're just about getting to the edge of it, when somewhere nearby, you hear a voice call out to you, Hey, you're a deep gnome! I see you! And Jimjar kind of like hesitates a little bit, and he like looks uncertainly at Azzy and then looks at the guy, and the guy's like waving furiously over to him, and he seems to be trying to get all of your attention. It's a deep gnome as well, and he's wearing ragged looking beggar scraps. Do you want to move on, or do you want to talk to this guy? Hey, I can help! I can help you!
Yeah, alright, fuck it, why not? I direct us all. I direct us all to this obvious trap.
You walk over, and the deep gnome like looks up at you, Azzy, and is like, "Oh, I didn't see you there."
I put my hands on my hips. I put my feet shoulder width apart, and I stared down at him like, "What?"
No, nothing. I just wanted to say hi to my brethren. Sorry to bother you.
What was the name of the Deep Gnome City?
Blinkenstone.
And what was the head gnome's name?
Dorbo
Dorbo?
Diggermatok.
If I look around, are people staring at us? Is this like a dense area with lots of people?
There are a shit ton of people, but none of them seem to be paying attention.
Okay, so I'm going to palm his head, like on the top.
Oh, he seems.
And I'm going to tilt his head up so we're making eye contact.
You look into his eyes and you see a dirty, dirt-covered deep gnome, and his eyes are cloudy, and he looks up at you, and they're full of fear now.
Eyes are cloudy?
Yes, his eyes are cloudy.
Can I make an insight check as to what that's about?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, he just seems to be kind of out of it a little bit. You're not sure what's going on. Maybe he's on drugs, or maybe he's just crazy.
I'm just worried he's like under a spell for somebody else right now. I'm palming his head with the same drow voice that I was using earlier. Is that fine if I roll with that performance check
Sure.
that I had earlier, or do you want me to make a new one?
Yeah, you can roll with it. It was a nat 20, so.
No, that was intimidation.
Oh, yeah, that was intimidation, but earlier... Oh, that was a long time ago, I guess. Alright, you should probably make a new performance check then.
Okay. $19.
Nice.
He looks terrified. He thinks he's about to be beat by a drow.
It's reasonable.
Okay. So I look him in the eye, and I say very quietly, just so he can hear, we are friends of Dorbo's. What news have you?
He kind of seems taken aback by this. He goes, "Oh, really?"
I slap him gently in the cheek, and I say, "Quiet."
Yeah, I can help you.
Lead.
All right. Listen, you're really friends of Dorbo?
I just stare at him levelly.
He looks around. He looks at Jimjar and he goes, "Is he telling the truth?" And Jimjar just kind of like looks at you, Azzy, for guidance.
I just give one nod.
Sven goes, "Yeah, he's telling the truth." Well, I don't know. It's a complicated situation right now.
I squint. I give Jimjar a glare.
This weird gnome seems to go, okay, listen. There's a secret enclave, and there's a group of people that want to overthrow the council. They're going to take over Menzo Baranzan, and they need help. I can take you there.
Lead the way.
He nods. Goes, this way, and he starts leading you. And Jim Jarge
I want to be
shrugs.
keeping an eye out for, like, an ambush or some shit.
Can we
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
insight? I'm gonna insight check him.
Yeah, you can make an insight check.
Was it? He was
Yeah.
speaking undercommon. Or?
Yes, he's speaking undercommon.
Okay.
I'm gonna do
Oh
an
my
insight.
God.
I'm gonna do an insight check and
Nice.
a perception.
Nice.
Glad you already
Fucking-
rolled insight on him.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, you
I got
already
it
rolled your
first.
insight check.
Alright, so
Crumb,
that was
Crumb
just
is
a
like,
perception
hell
check.
yeah, there's a plot where we hit the gold mine.
all I can think of is all I can think of is wait a second. Asha was part of the council. I'm following this guy.
So the 17 that I just rolled is for insight, and then the 22 is for perception.
Okay. So with a 17, Chagall, there's something really weird about this guy. You can't quite put your finger on it, but there's something really wrong that you're noticing about his behavior. There's something about his speech inflection that just rubs you the wrong way a little bit. Can't quite put your finger on why. Everyone else thinks this is a great idea.
Do I notice anything abnormal as far as perception? Is anybody witnessing this happen, basically?
With your perception check, you're looking around. There are a lot of people here. There's tons of refugees from the Demogorgon attack. All kinds of people that work in the Donnergarten that live here because they can't afford to live anywhere else. There is a lot going on. You do see some people glancing at you here and there, but once they see you're with what appears to be a drow taskmaster, they quickly avert their eyes from you. So nobody seems to have taken too much notice of you beyond that. Other than that, this steep gnome is leading you through the Braren, and you don't know where he's taking you. You've never been here before. Rowan seems a little skeeved out by this, but she hasn't said anything because she's trying not to blow your cover.
I'm gonna whisper to Ozzy and say it's unbecoming of a drow to follow a deep gnome, is it not?
And I say, fine, slave. Follow this one and report back to me.
No. that is not what I was getting at.
I bap you upside the head.
I will go.
I'm gonna fly down and follow him as well.
Okay. Yeah, you guys follow, and he basically brings you to a particular house. It looks a bit dilapidated, but most of the houses in the Braren look dilapidated. He goes, "It's in here. Come on, there's a secret door." And he takes you into the house. There doesn't seem to be anyone else in here. And he pushes aside a mildew-covered table. And indeed, you do see a trapdoor underneath this table. And he pulls it open, and he gestures for you to go in.
I mean, obviously, I go on in.
Okay.
You're following him?
Since Chagall refused to, yeah.
Oh, I said I would because.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm a slave.
I'm a bat inside that house, but I'm not flying down there.
I'll go down there.
I'm going to have ignored my slave and have followed anyways.
Okay, you do that. And you head down into this dark little cave underneath this house. And you're walking along for a little bit. The room appears to be about 30 by 20. And as you get into the room, there is no people in here that you can see. And then suddenly, you feel something drop down from the ceiling on top of you. And it is wet and squishy, and it has claws.
Oh.
And when we start next time, you will be
The motherfucking mind flayers are here. God damn it!
We'll find out.
Dun, dun, dun. You've activated my trap
mother-
card. You said it was a trap. Why'd you do this?
You said it was a trap. You knew what this was.
You knew what this was gonna happen.
I thought it would have just been some thugs, maybe some drow nobles mind controlling and setting trap. No, the fucking illithid are here.
Hey, this might be good for us eventually.
Fuck me, dude.
Bro, this is not gonna be good eventually.
It might. We can be fucking heroes.
We can be
Sure.
heroes.
I don't know what's happening to you because I'm a bat.
Yeah, and I didn't fucking follow, so.
I know that you're in there. I know
Yeah,
you
as far
went
as
somewhere.
it's just Azzy that went down there, right?
I said I would follow him.
Yeah, Jim Jar went too. He
But-
failed his inside check, so he's down there.
Ozzy
So Chagall's
definitely
the only one
like
free and
pushed
clear.
through. I
Alright,
said I'd
so
go
it'd
first.
be
No, it's fine
From-
if you went first. I was just ignoring the slave that told me not to go.
yeah.
Because that was even more out of character to listen to a slave.
But you seem
So
to really
Crumb,
want to go.
Rowan,
I
Azzy,
mean,
and
I
Jim
whispered to you, so literally nobody had even noticed that I whispered to you. So
Oh well, as he has a mind flare on his head, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I do.
I don't even have my weapons.
Fucking-
I'm gonna be
I
honest.
don't think it's a
sound
mind
bored.
flare either. I think it's their dog thing that crawls into your fucking skull and turns into, like, it eats your brain and replaces you, and then
Oh, really?
becomes a mind flare later.
Hey, don't
Which
worry.
is, god damn it.
This bat has 1 hit point, so I got you guys.
Yeah, don't fly into a wall, bro.
I got you guys. All right. Yeah, cool. All right, guys.
Well, no combat
sounds
this
good.
time. I tried really hard to
That's-
get you
no,
guys.
that's
to
okay.
come.
No, it's not happening, bro.
It's
We're
not
on our A
gonna
game
happen.
tonight.
We don't have to do
It's
that
been-
every time.
We've had a month to prepare. To
You
not
guys
be in
didn't even
combat.
want to kill
Yeah,
those innocent
on
drunk
our-
teenagers.
on our
that
game.
tried.
Well, wanted to is different than didn't do it.
on our
Yeah.
A game up until the very last minute.
Yeah, I got a little distracted. That's my bad. I didn't need to do half that shit.
Well, we'll see what's going on. All right, fellas.